Coming up on the Making Waves VO podcast.
I have a sort of a dialogue with my imaginary listener, and I know how I want to affect them. I know what I want them to feel or to think, whether it's on the drums or on the mic.
Making waves.
Making waves.
Making waves.
Making waves. Making waves.
Making waves.
Making waves.
Making waves.
Making waves.
Making waves.
This is the Making Waves VO podcast with Kevin Kilpatrick and Bobby Maxwell.
Yes, once again, it is the Making Waves VO podcast presented by Full Compass, fullcompass.com.
We know VO.
We've got a guy coming on that I met in LA a year and a half ago at a workout for promo and trailer work with our buddy Dave Walsh and our buddy Alex Justinger. So that's how I met this guy, and we've gotten to know each other a little bit here recently, and so he's going to be a great guest coming up in just a second. But Bobby, I want to catch up with you. How has your week been?
It's been a great week. I mean, I don't know what's in the air, but I'm liking it.
Yeah, it's funny because the summer we had a little bit of a slowdown, it seemed.
Yeah.
And I had a lot of people asking me or talking to me like, hey, are you slow? Are things slow? And I heard multiple people kind of asking that. But it's picked back up for the fall, it seems.
Yeah, love it. I hope it stays this way for a while. I know the holidays are creeping up fast.
Yeah.
How are you doing?
I'm doing great. Things have been really busy. I'm doing some different things that are keeping me busy. I have a Master of Ceremonies gig coming up for for the United States Marine Corps. It's their 250th celebration going on at Opry Convention Center in Nashville. So I'm going to be doing that. So that's going to be cool. But yeah, just, and other work that is, different genres and, won't go too much into that. But yeah, it's exciting. And it's the universe finds a way, right?
Yeah,
to
absolutely.
Just keep it going. And I love putting good stuff out there as much as I can because it does seem to come back. So
Absolutely.
Yeah. Well, let's not keep him waiting.
You were raving about this guy, by the way. I remember when you came home from that workshop.
Yeah, he's a talented cat. And we're talking about a guy, I don't know, he might describe himself as a drummer first, a voice actor second. But let's bring on promo voice of the NHL Network, trailer voice. Ladies and gentlemen, it is the multi-talented Dave Elvin. Hey, Dave.
Hello.
Hey, Dave.
Hi.
Welcome to the podcast,
Thank you
man.
both so much for having me. Thank you.
Yeah, man.
Awesome to be here.
It's great. Yeah, I met you. It was the night before we started our workout, and Dave Walsh is bringing you in the room. He's like, Kev, meet Dave Elvin. I'm like, oh, cool. Love meeting new people. Didn't really know Dave before that. And we chatted and everything was great. And then the next day he gets in front of a mic. And I'm like, oh, that's Dave Elvin.
Oh, go
No,
on.
yeah, right. Go on. Tell me more about me. But no, man. Good.
I feel like we did a workshop together online or something.
I think that's right because, I've seen your name around. And I think, yes, also that.
I wonder if it was a Mary Lynn thing.
Yeah, I bet it was.
Because
That's
that's how
very
Dave and I
likely.
reconnected recently, was through a Mary Lynn workshop. And Dave, let's talk about that. Let's just get a brief synopsis of your career. Would you call yourself a drummer first or a voice actor first?
Let's see. Professionally and busy-wise, definitely voiceover first, but down deep in my heart, I'm a drummer first. Yeah, that's my core.
Do you have a band or you do session work or what?
I have a band that has been off and on we've been kind of on, but we don't rehearse and we play out occasionally for about 20 years. And we are all improv. It's funky, groovy, jazzy improv. And we just, the four of us get together and there's just something that happens when we do. And we enjoy it. And we had some good success in the mid 2000s. And since then have just sporadically had, 2, 3, 4 gigs a year, something like that.
That's really cool.
So it's a ton of fun. And I do some African drumming and, different stuff like that.
Oh, cool.
So wherever I can bang something. I'm good.
And the impetus of having you on the podcast, Dave, was just you and I chatting, and we were just talking about voiceover in different ways, and then you said something about keeping the melody flat, and then I'm like, wow. That, and then he starts saying a couple of other things that are, music related in how it relates to voiceover. And I'm like, he would make a great podcast guest. And I had in my head the name of it already, so we're calling this episode The Rhythm of Voiceover. So, Dave.
Oh.
So talk about that. You said that to me. You said keep the melody flat. But how does the rhythm of drumming pertain to voiceover in your eyes?
It's so interesting you say that because I have found a similarity in people who who edit trailers, edit radio imaging, do voiceovers, and play drums. And there's a not insignificant Venn diagram crossover of the center of those population. I found this out when I was in radio. I just learned a couple of the imaging producers I knew, myself included, were drummers. And then I also found in trailers there is a definite rhythm there. And I knew a couple of people up here who were doing some trailer work, and that fit in as well. So so the rhythm thing, just that tuning into the push and pull of things, the pulse of things, really translates well from one thing to another.
What's that mean when you said keep it flat, though? I am not a music person, so do share.
So one of the things that one of the little pithy things I say is that, a lot of genres are in some ways a very similar melody in the thing you're reading. It's just different words. It's just different lyrics, so to speak. So the pattern really it's the melody. I mean, it's the pitch and roll that you follow to do a certain kind of promo script or a certain kind of technical script or medical script. There's a certain persona that you bring in, of course, but there's just also a way that the pauses and the starts and the phrasing and all that sort of stuff is very similar from script to script. It's just the words change. So I sort of continued that metaphor out into thinking about the melody of things. And one of the things that I get pushed back on sometimes is that there's still some radio there. Then you heard it right there. And just to flatten that out, just to take the roller coaster, the peaks and the valleys, and cinch them up towards the center line a little bit.
It's interesting because we're all from radio. Do you remember being in radio and friends who were not in the business would say, "How do you know when the post of the song is coming?" And it's probably kind of what you're talking about here, right? I mean, it's a rhythm thing.
You feel it.
Somewhat. Yeah. I am, I guess, sort of fortunate is the word, that I never really had to do post stuff. I never really had to talk up to the post.
You were a cool cat, weren't you?
I was a cool cat on FM adult radio, adult AAA. I did AAA. So we would get out of the way of the song. We'd do our little announcement. We'd say our call letters, and we'd be out of there. Let the song do its work.
Yeah.
Oh, that's funny. So you did radio for what? 5 years? 6 years?
6 years.
In Seattle?
Yeah. In Seattle. There was a station here called The Mountain, KMTT 1037. And boy, it was just a really, really magical place to be. I lucked out. Big time. And we still, all of us, when we're texting or whatever or see each other, we just knew that was a really golden time because we loved what we were doing. The community loved what we were doing. It was riding a wave of music that was coming out at that time. And it was really, really special. And then it wasn't. And that's why I'm a voiceover.
So tell us about that transition from radio, and you got into voiceover, but there was some acting in there, right? In the middle?
There was. When I got out, I kind of floated for a while, and I wasn't sure. Well, I knew that I loved acting, and I was training in it. I was doing some small productions here around town. I was playing in one band, and we were doing okay. We were getting out and about. And I was starting a little trickle of voiceover here and there in town solely. And I just thought, one of these is probably going to take off. If it doesn't, there's always telemarketing. But I figured one of them was going to take off, and voiceover is the one that really did. I mean, it's obviously the biggest buck for the bang of the three, unless you're extraordinarily good and lucky. But just for whatever reason, it's the one that really hit.
Don't go anywhere. The Making Waves VO podcast returns in a moment.
Hey, this is international award-winning voice actor Krista Walrock, and you're listening to the Making Waves VO podcast with Kevin Kilpatrick and Bobby Maxwell.
As a voice actor, you want to focus on what's important, right? Like pulling off the perfect read. You don't want to stress about tech stuff. That's why Full Compass is in your corner. With 50 years experience in pro audio, Full Compass has everything we voice actors need. Mics, headphones, monitors, mixers, interfaces, DAWs, all the goodies. And their certified product experts help with everything they sell. Plus, you can get free same-day shipping, flexible financing, and a low price guarantee. See it all at fullcompass.com. Fullcompass.com. They know VO.
And now back to Making Waves. Where would you say you're in your career right now, Dave, your voiceover career? I mean, obviously, I'm looking at the stuff you've done on your website, and you're doing promo and commercial and, gosh, a lot of different genres. But you're also taking workshops and that. Do you feel like you're still learning? Do you feel like you're where you want to be?
I'm always learning, always. And that was one of the things that I learned from Scott Rummel when they did a I don't know what you call it, but the heavy hitters were all in a room together. And Scott said, I still take workshops. I still practice. I still get coaching. I'm like,
That's
all right,
remarkable.
I'm doing that.
He's still doing that? Jeez.
Yeah.
That's great, though.
So there's always something to learn. You never know. When there's something to learn in a workshop, even if it's something that I've been successful at. In Kevin's workshop, there was a lot to learn. I mean, I've done a little bit of automotive, but I learned a ton in that workshop, and it looks like something I'll throw my hat in the ring on. Oh, shoot. I'm spacing on your question now.
No.
Oh, where am I in my career? Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you, Brain.
Thanks, Ginkgo biloba.
Exactly. Precisely. 2 in the morning, 2 at night. It's an interesting time because, in one sense, I'm totally fine expanding if it works, if I can get that read down, like the automotive read, for instance. But at the same time, as you noticed on my site, I've really honed it to a lot of promo, a little bit of commercial work, mainly announcer, sometimes legal guy, and imaging, affiliate work came into my world at the beginning of the year. So really getting into affiliate work. So really kind of, I think the big heading right now is announcer, as opposed to real guy or games or books on tape or anything like that.
Did you notice how we all didn't just explode when he said the word announcer? Did you notice that? We're all still here. What? Because that is such a bad word in our industry, Dave.
Yeah, that whole conversational era was like, oh. Yeah.
But you're okay saying the word announcer.
I am because, I can do the regular guy, but I don't book the regular guy.
Mm-hmm. Did you find
I just don't.
Okay, so let's unpack that just a little bit. Did you find that you had to come to a place where you embraced that? Or did you keep fighting? No, I'm going to get that frickin' regular guy next door sound down.
No, I love it. I absolutely love it.
The announcer vibe.
I love every little niche of the announcer.
Okay.
Whether it's and one of the things that really brought me into it was I did a year for Hallmark. I did all of Hallmark channels.
That's amazing.
That is cool.
All their started off on movies and mysteries and then expanded into other ones. And that's, I just love doing Hallmark. I mean, and it's announcer stuff. You have to bring in some conversational, some regular guy, but it's straight from the heart. And you really have to bring that in each time. And I loved it. One of my, dream jobs that I'll probably never get is is being Johnny Olson, is being, the guy that,
Game show
that
announcer?
does the. Yes. Oh my gosh. Look what they've won. Holy cow. Can you imagine how much fun that would be?
Man. That would be a blast.
So much fun. So
Johnny
much fun.
Olson.
And just a spectacle. I mean, even just looking at it objectively, like, what a crazy world that must be. But doing that kind of work is fun. I did do some imaging for some promos for the Buzzer Network, all the game show reruns, and that was just a blast.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So between that and just getting booked for the authoritative, increasing gravitas as the years go on. I see that word showing up more and more.
Right.
But just getting booked more and more for that. Just the sort of not regular guy. This is the guy who's telling you what the thing is.
I love that.
I think it was funny. I wasn't stalking you, Dave, okay? But I was on
Taking notes here.
It was,
Be on the
thank God
lookout.
she's across the country, right? No, I saw your post on Facebook about you heard something on Prime and you said, "That's me." Can you tell that story?
Oh my God.
That's hilarious.
Oh my God, that was so funny. I did not remember. I mean, it's not because I do so many. I just want to make that really clear.
Okay.
It's not because I do so many trailers. I just can't keep them all straight. No, it is solely that I did not remember it, and it must have come during a flurry of other activity. But I did remember it coming in through the incredible Jeff Keown. I still can't get his name right. I've even asked him how to pronounce his last name. At Cope.
Yeah.
Jeff K. So yes, this thing for red, white, and blue, red, white, and something.
Royal.
Thank you. Yeah.
Stalker.
That's the one. Wow. But yeah, I heard it, and I thought, oh my God, that guy sounds. I mean, I wrote this all out. You've seen this, Bobby, but I'm like, that guy sounds a lot like me. And then I listened to it again. I'm like, that's like me. Is that some sort of AI? And I've got my hands on my hips, and I'm like, I am going to talk to somebody. I'm calling my manager right now. On and on. And then let me just cover my bases. Let me just like do a little investigation first. And I come into my booth, and I look down my list, and there it is.
Oh wow!
It's in my file menu. Sure enough, I did it. Okay. I stand corrected.
That's awesome. And
about my memory.
I love the humility, because there would be people that, have been like, I don't know. I do so much that I can't remember everything I do. I'm just not quite sure, but no, I love that.
No.
So I want to get into the promo space just a little bit. You've been doing NHL Network promos for a while, right?
A long time, about 13 years.
That's so cool.
Congrats, man. That sounds like a fantastic gig.
I'm a very, very fortunate guy.
Okay, so let's talk about the incarnation of getting the gig for the NHL Network. And then how do you stay fresh with those promos after 13 years?
That's a great question. So the first part, me getting the gig involved an ice cave. And the first time that my agent that I work on that through, it's Ellen at a Big Fish in Denver. She texted me when I was on a hike in an ice cave out here in somewhere in the mountains. I'm not good with geography, but somewhere in the mountains we're in an ice cave, and I thought, oh darn, I missed this opportunity, and I kind of let it go. And then she wrote back and she goes, "Hey, I really, really want you to try for this." And I did and got it.
Oh,
yeah,
wow.
And got it. So it has been through a lot of different incarnations, the read that I do. Some of it's their requests, some of it's me experimenting, some of it's me going to a workshop and learning something new, or hearing somebody and going, I want to try that read, and testing it out on the guys at NHL. And they're like, yeah, yep, let's try that. Let's do that one. But as it stands now, I pretty much have one read locked in for the game promos. The promotional promos and the ticket sales and things like that, those vary. And I ask them, which guy do you want? Do you want happy guy? Do you want grizzly guy? Do you want flat guy? And they'll always let me know. So I've got a couple of probably 4 or 5 different personas that I bring into play for that work.
So do you get those opportunities, both Hallmark, the NHL promos, through your manager, I'm assuming? Because that's where those seem to be coming
It's
from.
all a smattering. I mean, like many of us, well, except Kevin, from what I hear, I've got my primary manager, Cope, in L.A. and primary agency there, SBV. Shout out to Mary Ellen, who's incredible. And then I've got some regional ones. So it's they all come from different places. I mean, I booked this latest SNL thing through Jonathan at Stewart in New York.
Oh, cool.
Can you
I just
talk about
worked with
that?
him.
Oh my God, that was such a crazy thing and wonderful. I am. I'll fess up. I was sitting in bed on this past Saturday morning at about 9:30 in the morning, and I'm doing my Wordle and crossword puzzle and whatever nerdy things I do. And an email comes in and says, Rush. I'm like, all right, Rush, whatever. And it says SNL. I'm like, oh.
I'm listening.
And then it says, yeah, exactly. And then it says trailer. I'm like, oh. So I hop out of bed, run in the booth, which fortunately is 8 steps away,
Nice.
and knocked out a read. And like half an hour later, one of the producers writes back and says, "Can we like the vibe? Can you do this a little slower?" I did a little slower. I talked with the director of the piece, and so what it was it's the Missing Wives Netflix fake Netflix trailer, and so the audition comes in at 9:30 in the morning, and I am done by 1:00. And they said, we just need you to be around at 10 p.m. Eastern just in case there's any rewrites or anything. And I was available, and they didn't have any. So it went on that night.
That's awesome.
And that was just
Rush.
incredible.
Did you watch it live?
Totally Rush. I did.
Nice.
I did.
How
yeah.
satisfying.
Yeah, that was a lot of fun. It was a lot of fun. So that's and I've got some different like HBO, Netflix, Hulu promos through Stewart. Through Jonathan at Stewart.
Hey, bonjour, parev, marhaba. It's Leanna Badawi, voice actor, singer, and puppeteer, coming to you live from the Great White North, baby. And you're listening to the Making Waves VO podcast with Kevin and Bobby. Thanks for tuning in.
You feel like you wear the
Sorry.
golden handcuffs, Dave?
Somewhat. I was listening to Karen Gilfrey's cast with you guys.
Oh, okay.
And there's only one time that I've come close to nudging up against burnout, and that was when I recorded for a large project. I was actually in Poland, and we were recording 5 hours a day for 3 weeks straight. And I just had to be completely on top of my self-care game that whole time, and fortunately avoided it. But no. I mean, I would say if you asked my anxiety, it would say yes. but I still have a wonderful full life outside of it.
Okay.
Awesome.
Thank you for checking out the podcast, by the way. I believe you're probably talking about the Karen Clark episode where she was talking about burnout.
That was it. Karen Clark.
Yeah,
Thank
no
you.
worries.
Yes.
But let's go back to why you're here, the rhythm of voiceover. To you, my man, what are the biggest similarities, or maybe there was just like one thing? What is the one or two big correlations between either drumming or music and voiceover?
Wow.
I know that's pretty big and broad. But I hear songs all the time, and maybe this will trigger something. But man, I think about the acting in songs, and it just blows me away how when they perform a song, yeah, they got a great voice usually, but it's the acting that we're believing.
Mm-hmm.
So to me, that's how music correlates with voiceover so much, is the performance in that you believe what they are singing. So I didn't know for you as a drummer how that would correlate.
Okay. Thank you for telling that little bit there, because it gave me time to find the thing that answers your question. And that is that I have a sort of a dialogue with my imaginary listener, and I know how I want to affect them. I know what I want them to feel or to think, whether it's on the drums or on the mic. And I have you can push and pull and do this little thing and tweak this way, whichever instrument you're on. and affect people in that way. And it's that sort of that intimacy, but that dialogue that you've got with your listener, and how deeply, I mean, from on the continuum of phoning it in to being in a session with Dave Walsh where, you're just about to cry because
That's the thing. He made
he's
me
basically
cry.
doing therapy
That
with
mother
you.
effer.
He makes
Totally. But that continuum of okay, I'm just going to knock this out. It's a 10-second thing. Nobody's really going to really care if I'm 100% there or not. To like, this is the really, truly honest me. The closer you are to the truly honest me, I think that voice comes out more. That dialogue comes out more. So that's what I really engaged with Hallmark, for instance. But I also do it with sports. I mean, I really want to motivate people. Inform and entice. That's what one of my producers there taught me years ago. And then same thing on the drums. One of the regular gigs that I've been doing is drumming for a dance, African drumming for a dance. So I'm on my djembe and I'm keeping the rhythm with people, and then I get a solo, and during the solo I'm watching what people's reaction is, and I'm trying to move things in a way that is going to bring them up. I mean, in that situation, I'm really just trying to get people into a frenzy or whatever. At least keep them moving. I feel like it's a very similar dialogue.
Interesting.
Between the two.
So is it typically you're thinking of one person and then sometimes you're thinking of a group? Because I remember in radio we used to be told that, like, have one listener in mind that you're talking.
Yeah. Well, I've always, once again, going back to the incredible Dave Walsh, I've always got his voice in my head says, who are you talking to?
That was good. That was pretty good.
We need specificity,
because I don't hear it.
Specificity.
I don't hear it.
Yeah, I don't hear it. I don't hear it.
That smirk.
Yeah. So again, going back to that same, I'm sorry to get so thinky here, but going back to that same continuum of phoning it in to, crying about your father, I feel like that speaks to your question, Bobby, and I'm so sorry. I'm spacing on it.
No.
And we can
okay.
cut this out.
No.
Hopefully. Thank God. Oh, Jesus. Anyway.
You did, man. You answered that.
Kevin, you said he was kind of shy.
I said like lower key, I
You
think.
did. You said laid back.
Yeah, laid back, lower key guy.
It's the dark chocolate. It's the dark chocolate.
That's what it is. That'll get you every time. It's like crack.
Yeah.
Crack, y'all. So we're talking with Dave Elvin, and we're going to get a nightmare session from him coming up in just a little bit. Also, a cold read challenge. I'm so excited about the cold read challenge, Dave, if you don't mind. We're going to go big on this next question, okay? And let's think early on in your career. Can you think of a nugget of advice that you got from whether it be a fellow voice actor or coach, whatever, just any little nugget that was kind of like a game changer for you personally in your career?
Stay in school?
Oh, no.
Not that kind.
For voiceover, you don't need to stay in school. You need to train and get educated, but you don't need to stay in school.
Wow. A nugget that I got from a coach or from
anybody. Like, is there something you hearken back to? Like, I know you said you still hear Dave's voice in your head all the time. It could be as simple as going back to what Dave may have said.
I think that's it, really. I think my best advice, specific advice comes from him. I got a ton of I learned a lot just about the world, the interior world of voiceover from Maurice Tobias. I feel like she is the pinnacle of, it sounds a little corny, but she really is the voice whisperer. Really,
I agree.
She gets it. When I do workshops with her, and I have done for, over 15 years, I think.
That's probably where I met you. Yeah.
It very well could be.
Yeah.
And when somebody's in the booth doing their read, she has her eyes closed, she is looking up and to the right, and her chin is out, and she is listening. She is really, really, it's just amazing. So, and then her, whatever her follow-up question is, says a lot about how she's listening. So just how she taught us about the world that she's listening to, the essence that she's listening to. That taught me a lot. But Dave Walsh really, who are you talking to is a big one. And I've got this one up in my booth. The object of the game of voiceover is that the one who is the most connected to the story wins the game.
Dave
every
Walsh.
Script, every story, every time.
Dave Walsh, 100% right there.
Mm-hmm.
And that's my, I don't know what
Your
you call
mantra.
it. That's what I go for. That's my mantra. That's what I go for every single time. Yeah, is where can I find connection in this script? What can I either substitute or believe in about this script that I can really get connected to it? Yeah.
You don't want to miss what's next. Making Waves returns momentarily.
This is voice actor and voice acting coach Linda Bruno, and you're listening to the Making Waves VO podcast with Kevin Kilpatrick and Bobby Maxwell. I heard it's really good.
Oh, Bobby, I remember getting into voiceover, and one of the most exciting parts about getting into voiceover is buying all the gear. You don't realize that until you become a voice actor and you got to produce your own stuff. And you go, ooh, this part should be fun. But then you go, I have not a clue on what I'm supposed to buy.
Exactly.
That's why you trust your good friends at Full Compass, fullcompass.com. They know VO there, and you're going to have a great selection of pro audio gear, and you're going to get a lot of good help. And there's a lot of good attributes that go along with buying from Full Compass.
Yeah, so if you're not really sure when you got the piece of equipment and you have questions about it, they have a free 2-year service or repair plan. They have free shipping on orders over $49. I love that. I think my favorite thing is the low price guarantee, because you just never know. You said a second ago that you're getting into this and you don't know what you need, but how about, do you know if you're paying the right price for it? So you don't have to worry about that when you shop at fullcompass.com. They'll guarantee to match the price on the products they sell for new, identical, and immediately available products offered at a lower price.
They have flexible financing, Bobby, and they also have free expert assistance, and that's why we say we know VO at Full Compass.
Everything from microphones to interfaces to headphones to mic booms, they've got it.
If you have any questions and you're more old school and you want to call them on the phone, you can call Full Compass at 800-356-5844. Full Compass and fullcompass.com.
We know VO.
Making Waves returns. Well, Bobby, if you didn't have anything else, maybe we'll go to the nightmare session.
Nightmare session, yeah.
Yeah,
Let's do it.
so Dave, we often talk about these, and we'll typically have guests come on and tell us about a recording session that may not have couldn't have gone much worse. And we've all, I think we've all had them. Maybe we haven't. But Dave, would you please favor us with your version of a nightmare session?
Nightmare Sessions.
Okay. This one truly was a nightmare for every voiceover out there. And it's not what you expect. I got to preface by saying I never really had an awful session. The only one that really comes to mind is when I was doing the tags for FIFA, for the FIFA World Cup. And it was sponsored by Hyundai. And we all know now how to pronounce Hyundai.
Hyundai like Sunday.
Well, Hyundai like Sunday. And the producer that I got on with was from South Korea, where Hyundai is made, I believe. And so he got on with me. And I was pronouncing it such and such a way in the spot. And he said, no. It's Hyundai. Oh. And I said, oh, okay, got it. Hyundai. And he goes, no. Hyundai. And I go, oh, okay, hold on. Hyundai. And he goes, no. I'm like, what do I do? Where?
I'm saying it just like you said.
I feel like I'm doing exactly what you're telling me to do, and I don't know do that. So that's one that comes to mind. But the true nightmare session happened not too long ago, and its product is very much fresh and very much out there right now. And I was fortunate enough to do. I've done some game trailers off and on, a bunch for Assassin's Creed, but more recently I did one for Call of Duty through Aspect, the good people at Aspect. And I the audition was a one-page script. And it was sort of it was a story. It was look out for the future. It's going to be awful, but you can fight back, Call of Duty, blah, blah, blah. And I thought, cool, okay. So I get the gig, awesome. And that's what I'm expecting. So I get into the session. I am in the session, and I open up the script. And it is 9 pages long.
Oh,
What?
No.
And it is 1 page of what I just described, and it is 8 pages of tags.
Oh, my gosh.
And they want every line at 3 different speeds.
Oh, my gosh.
Hours.
So, the night before, Kevin, I think you and I talked about creatine and how it dehydrates. Strike 1. Strike 2, the prior night, I'd had a cigar.
Oh,
Strike 2.
no. More dehydration.
And strike 3, I was not hydrated.
More dehydration.
I just didn't. I thought this was going to be a half-hour gig at the most.
Oh, no.
And we're 45 minutes in, and I said to the guys, look, I'm so focused on what I'm reading, I am not really tracking what my voice is doing. So if it starts to veer off the road, stop me. And I will correct if I can, and, we'll go from there. So it starts to veer off the road, and I can feel it. And I said, look, I've had something like this happen before. I was starting to get raspy and starting to get a little bit hoarse. And I just thought, okay, I have pushed too hard. And it's a gritty read. So I'm down in that place trying to do this and trying to, get them what they need. And so I said, look, I'll finish this. I'll be better tomorrow. I'll finish this off tomorrow. I'll get the rest of it to you. And by that time, we had developed enough trust, and they were just letting me roll with it. They saw that I could, do the 3 different things. So the next day comes around, my voice is not back.
Oh, no.
And I am hydrating, and I am green appling, and I am doing every trick I can think of. I'm eating, all the wet foods, applesauce, and all that sort of stuff to try and get hydrate, cucumber, whatever it is, trying to get as much hydration as possible. And day 3 rolls around, my voice is not back.
Oh.
And it is
wow.
a squeak. It is a squeak. And I am terrified. That same golden handcuffs anxiety, is very carefully writing to whoever is sending in scripts for me to do or is expecting work from me and saying, is there any way we could put this off until a couple days from now? So the gig was on a Tuesday. On Friday, my voice just starts to come back a little bit. And I am freaking terrified. And I'm remembering that Dave Walsh went through this and basically had to quit because of it and went through a ton of rehab and different things and obviously gained a lot of knowledge. So I sure as hell wasn't going to call him and tell him that this happened because I knew what the response would be. Love you, Dave. So on Sunday night, I am still not fully recovered. And I am terrified. I've thought, well, I could, I've always thought about, wouldn't it be cool to mow lawns on a big scale? Or I could be a mechanic. I like working on cars. I could be a mechanic.
You went to some very dark places, didn't you?
I went to some very dark places. Very dark places. So it turns out, oh my God. I mean, the clouds parted, the angels sang, the sun shone down. At the University of Washington, which is a mile and a half from me, there is the Vocal Performers Lab at the hospital. So these are doctors helping people who perform vocally, stay healthy and fix them if they're broke. And I was broken. So I called and emailed on Sunday night and got a call the next morning saying, we can see you at 11:15 today. And I was at the gym. I had already started my workout and I was like, all right, I'm there. I'll be there. And the sweetest people who really understood what was going on, they put a scope down my throat and we did all sorts of different testing and stuff. And it turned out to be a combination of overuse in that particular session and acid reflux. And that was a wake-up call. That was a huge wake-up call. Because I'm like, I don't get acid drops. I eat well. What are you talking about? No, I did have it. And so they had me go straight on to omeprazole, which I still do. And this is about 4 months ago. And then also the best news, and I literally teared up while they're in the room with them. They said no permanent damage. And I wanted to hug them. I wanted to cry because I thought, oh God, I don't have to mow and I don't have to mechanic. I don't have to be a car mechanic. Oh my God.
That's wild, man.
It was a relief like you can't imagine. So now I am just diligent. I mean, I'm drinking close to a gallon a day. Omeprazole, now I've got it where I'm pretty much doing it every other morning unless I know I've got a challenging gig, and then I'll do it that morning for sure. She also taught me about clearing my throat, and that's something that I was doing a lot of, and it's really bad for you. It really, it damages the vocal cords in your throat. There were a bunch of different tips and tricks to follow. So that was my nightmare gig, and they bless them at Aspect, they kept me. And they were willing to bear with me, and we actually just wrapped up the last of the pickups and everything. I think it was last week or the week before.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well,
so there you have it.
I'm glad that worked out, man.
That's my nightmare gig.
Oh goodness.
That's scary.
Well, Dave, are you able to pull up your email from?
Sure.
Yeah. So we're going to go to the cold read challenge. And so if you would, the way it works, before you pop that bad boy open, I will ask you to pop it open, and then you read aloud the direction. And Bobby, I'm putting this also in the chat, by the way. Just read aloud the direction, if you don't mind, and then go into the read. So give us a play-by-play of what you're doing, if you don't mind.
Cold Read Challenge.
Okay, I am smiling nervously.
There it is.
I'm grabbing a sip of water.
Yeah, that's fine too. And we always set you up to succeed, by the way.
Thank you. I appreciate that. Oh, fun. Okay, I'm just glancing at the words. Awesome.
Yeah. So start reading.
Okay. Yeah. Dark, ominous foreboding. He was just a little boy with a drum. He played for the newborn king. Now, he plays for blood. This Christmas, Parumpa-Pum, run. The Little Drummer Boy, The Beat of Terror, starts Friday, rated R.
That's it, man.
Perfect.
Parumpa-Pum, run.
Run.
That's it, man. Now, what if there was a sequel to this movie, Dave?
It would go something like this, Kevin. He was just a boy with a drum. Now, he's all grown up, and he's keeping time with terror. This Christmas, everyone marches to his beat. The Little Drummer Boy 2, Double Time, starts Friday, rated R.
Thanks, man.
Oh, my God.
I don't know where you
That
come
is
up with
hilarious.
these, Kevin.
That is brilliant.
I love it, man.
I feel so catered. So catered,
Well,
too.
like I said, we want you to succeed.
That just nailed it. That was hilarious.
That was
All right.
really, really good.
Brilliant.
Dude, thanks so much for joining us on the podcast today. This is what it's all about. We have a good time. We talk voiceover, and, hopefully we're doing something good for the VO community.
Yeah. Well, you definitely are. I listened to a couple of the casts, and just wonderful stuff. Great information from all different sides of our business, from the talent side, from the craft side, from the business side. Just great stuff. So thank you both.
Absolutely. Thanks for being on, man. Treat, and maybe we'll do it again sometime.
Awesome.
If anybody
That'd be
can get
great.
a hold of you, needed to get a hold of you, how could they do that, Dave?
I haven't really thought about that. Yeah, website's good. Yeah, I mean, contact either Jessica or Mary Ellen at SBV or Jeff or Sumit at Cope, which is a great way. Yeah.
Love it. Thanks so much, man. Much continued success, and thanks for being on.
Thank you both.
Thanks, Dave.
I love getting trailer guys, Bobby, to do cold read challenges, especially if they drum.
Have you had a few bourbons every time you write those? Because they're hilarious.
Oh, well, thank you for saying that because, it's hard to, always come up with those. And thankfully, Lacey is here and she helps, at times too. So, yeah, it's always fun. And I really enjoy doing the cold read challenges for those that are up for it. And Dave was certainly up to the task there. So,
Parumpa-pum, run.
Good stuff. Good stuff. We'll do it again another time. The Making Waves VO podcast presented by our good friends at Full Compass, fullcompass.com.
We know VO.
Bye, Bobby.
See ya.
The Making Waves VO podcast is produced by K2 Media Productions with hosts Kevin Kilpatrick and Bobby Maxwell. Sound design and editing by Jason Traver. Production assistance by Lacey Deline. Publicity and social media by Shannon Scott and Silas Phillips. Be sure to subscribe to the Making Waves VO podcast on your favorite platform. For all episodes, merchandise, gear, and more, visit makingwavesvo.com. Until next time, I'm AJ McKay. Keep making waves.